Why is it illegal to move if there's a cat on your lap? No one understands this level of crazy. Well, it's an old family thing. My grandparents used to have two cats, Pixie and Mixie. I've told you before. Pixie was black and white and Mixie was a tortoiseshell. And they came, just stretch the story out a bit more. They came called Dolly and Mixture when they were tiny kittens. And I think it was my granddad said that he wasn't going to have those names. And they changed them to Pixie and Mixie. So clearly a lot better. I don't know. Maybe it was to do with myxomatosis. Before he was always reading the papers, so probably had a button on things. And Pixie, I don't know. Anyway, but there was a thing. So we weren't allowed to go chasing around after the cats. The cats we were taught had to come to you. Blah blah. I don't know which one it was. Mixie was. They were both quite standoffish cats. Spent a lot of time hiding behind the sofas before we moved to Norfolk. We weren't allowed to go around the sofas crawling after the cats. That was their safe place, etc., etc., etc. Basically, we were taught about manners with animals, and they had to come to you and all the rest of it. And you could tickle them out with feathers. It's true. But if you put a newspaper on your lap, they'd come and get on it. I don't know why it was, but they did. And basically, as soon as you started to read a newspaper, cats would come and go on your lap, wouldn't they? And start pouring at it. I'm sure people still find this with cats. If you're doing anything like reading a book and you don't want them, they'll come to you. Anyway, so if you wanted the cats to come, you had to put a newspaper on your lap and they'd come and get on it. It's true. And but there was just a family thing. If a cat was on your lap, you weren't allowed to move. It was often my mum's probably excuse for not wanting to get up. It's like, I can't get up, I've got a cat on my lap. It's just how it works. If the cat's chosen to sit on you, you're not allowed to move. You've got to sit here, I'm sorry, till it goes. I can't go, sorry. I'm not coming, I'm not leaving. She's moved a bit, look. I was just doing this, it was funny. I really like do it now. But she was not that. I'm trying to stand up the phone. Follow it on a bit. Yeah, I did. What was it doing? No, she's not going to do it now. She's making all these great noises, like yawning. Oh, doing that. You're not going to do it, are you? No. So basically that's why it's illegal to move if there's a cat on you. Lucky for me, she knew I wanted to go make a cup of tea. So she's moved a bit. It's true. What do you mean she's not a cat? She is a cat. She identifies as a cat. I told you before. First time I let her off the lead, she caught a mouse. A big fat one. She's yawning because she knows she's not supposed to. I'll say it again. One of the nuances of the hunting laws is you're not allowed to hunt mice with dogs. It's true. Rats and rabbits are the only thing. So the first thing she did was, because I always go on about that, that's why she caught a mouse. It's just funny. It's a joke. Funny joke. Did you eat a mouse, Dolly? Dolly, did you kill a mouse? Did you kill a mouse, Dolly? See, that's a sign of stress in dogs, isn't it, when they yawn? Dolly, did you kill a mouse? Dolly? 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 Did you kill a mouse? See, she's shamed. She's hiding her head in shame. So she identifies as a cat. Dolly, do you identify as a cat? She's embarrassed about that too. It's true. And she also climbs on walls, as everyone has seen. You're a cat, aren't you, Dolly? You're a dog's body. Do you feel ugly? Do you feel ugly, Dolly? Anyway, luckily she moved so I can make another cup of tea. Shall we do it together? And then I can come back and watch that all round, I think. I know. That was Nige. I don't know which son who bought, I don't know if it was my daughter actually brought Ronaldo to the house originally as a teenage girl crush thing when she was at high school. And she was all over Ronaldo, and she was the one who was going to go about him in pork and cheese. It's pork and cheese. It's Portuguese, pork and cheese. It's not racist, it was just like kids, it's kids stuff. I suppose he's a bit pork and cheese, isn't he? He's quite a little bit cheesy, a little bit porky. Like, you could pork yourself. I'm leaving now. And then my son just coming home from school that day when he was about 7, deciding he was into football now and he supported Man U. It's like, oh, right, okay. So it was just a thing. That's just how it happened. Let's go make a cup of tea. And he did. He did love those shoes so much, his Mercurials. With the CR7 on. He was older than 7 though. I want these ones. I can't remember how much they were. He couldn't play football without them. These ones are too small. They're not, are they? You just want the new ones. They're about that much too long on your feet. Still, it took me a year or 2 to work that out. Worst things he could have been having. I've done a pair of new football boots. It's true. Like, God knows, I don't know. That's probably everything I have to say. That's more than enough. I know. I didn't know they'd lost the baby. Probably true though. It probably is outside. I reckon. Making those choices. It's probably the baby that sent him off to Saudi, I reckon. Where they do less drinking and more, I don't know, more family stuff. And maybe just for the experience for the kids. I don't know. Nigel's probably going to be so gutted. He was so happy when he'd come back to Man U. I remember he said it was the happiest day of his life when Ronaldo had come back to Man U. It would be another one of those things like Beckham doing, not outreach, what is it? Like social awareness. They have to follow it in Saudi. They can learn about the new things now. All these other people who follow our league. There we go. That's how far I've got so far with the day. 8 minutes of it. I'm going to go back and watch TV.